Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing. I've got Oppo's Find X5 Pro 5G here. Yes, the Oppo flagship for 2022 is in the house. Very exciting. Notice something interesting? Hasselblad branding. Yeah, that's right. That's what the box looks like. More Hasselblad Oppo branding here. Got some IMEIs in the back. As you can see here, 12 gigabytes, 256 gigs of storage. And the color, ceramic white. You know why? Because it is ceramic. Haha. All right, let's open this up and take a look, shall we? Dun, 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 dun. Nothing here. We get a divider. Then we get the phone, which is white. And we get another little divider. Here we go. And a massive charging brick, 80 watts. Yeah, this is UK, of course, or Hong Kong. And yeah, USB Type A on one end, proprietary charger. Very cool. Okay, 80 watt is what to expect from this. All right, and then we have a cord that goes with that. You're gonna have USB Type A on one end right here and USB Type C hiding right inside here. So this cable with this charger will give you 80 watt charging on this phone. You have to use this combination to get that speed. Now, of course, you can charge the phone with any PD compliant charger. You just won't get the 80 watt. And I'm pretty sure that this charger works as a PD charger for other phones as well. So you get some options. But that's it for the box. There's nothing else here, no earbuds or anything this time around. So let's look at the rest of the stuff, starting with this here. Ooh, look at that. All right, opens from the top. Oh, we get a little case, nice. And something else, SIM removal tool. All right, let's put this stuff away. Okay, what's this? We get a little X. Premium service, exclusive benefits you deserve. Nice. And what else is in here? We've got manuals. So let's see what this says. Oh, cool. So this is actually the instructions in different languages. I presume it just unfolds into multiple languages. Yes. I'm not going to open this up because it's going to get messy. This is probably the warranty, safety, all that other stuff. Yeah, it is. All right, and we get a nice little frosted TPU case to go with it. You can see what the camera bump shape is like here. It's kind of been changed a little bit from the Oppo Find X5 Pro last year. Check out my video up here. Yeah, nice. I like these TPU cases. They get you started at least. You know, damage a nice fancy phone until you get a case you prefer. I'm a big fan of very thin cases, if anything, just to prevent the scratches. All right, the phone is here. So let's get started on that, shall we? Here we go. Let's remove that IMEI sticker. Here we go. Now, reveal. Yeah, now that's nice. Holy. Really, really nice. And so you can see the camera bump has been adapted from last year to have kind of this, you know, not perfectly rectangular shape, which is cool. And there is no microscope this time around, but you still have 3 lenses in the back. So let's talk about those in a second. Let's fire up this phone and start with the display and get down to all the specs. So this is a 6.7-inch AMOLED display. It's Quad HD, 1440p. It is 120 Hertz, variable 1 to 120 Hertz refresh rate because it's an LTPO display as well. So this like state of the art. It's also super bright. It's a gorgeous display. It's an evolution of the display on the Find X5 Pro last year. So, you know, kudos to them for giving us a beautiful display. You'd expect nothing less, but it's nice to know that they keep pushing the envelope. And yeah, as you can see, bezels are very slim all the way around. And it does have these slightly curved edges, right? Just like last year, this is pretty much the same deal. In-display fingerprint sensor, you got a selfie camera here and a hole punch. This is a 32 megapixel Sony IMX709. It's a red, green, blue, white camera, 4 channels, 0.8 microns, f/2.4, And so it does pixel binning, obviously, down to 8 megapixel for your selfies, which is going to be interesting because supposedly this is much better in low light because of this extra white channel along with the RGB. So I'd love to see how that works out. Now, under the hood, you have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, of course, for all of the general processing, right? And you have a MeriSilicon X ISP, specifically for image processing. So that's actually very exciting. Their own custom ISP. So apparently you can see in the dark. So that's going to be the big news here. Hopefully this camera lives up to that. Supposedly video is really incredible, especially in low light. But I'm more into photography, so let's see how it pans out. Nice dual branding, Oppo Hasselblad. And it's pretty cool. All right, in terms of storage inside here, you have options, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, pretty nice. No micro SD, of course, because it's, you know, modern phones. And yeah, the battery inside is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. It charges at 80 watt wired, as I pointed out with the charger earlier, and 50 watt wireless charging, which is kind of insane. Yeah, wow. And that's fast, no matter how you cut it, no matter which way you want to charge your phone. All right, those rear cameras, let's talk about them because there's a lot to talk about here. So again, we have two 50 megapixel cameras on the ultra wide and the main sensor. There are 50 megapixel Sony IMX766. That's the same setup as last year, right? But the big difference here is that the main sensor has both optical image stabilization on the lens and on the actual sensor, so sensor shift technology. So that's something you see on the iPhone 13 Pro series and of course on a lot of DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, but you never really see on any phones. Now, Vivo did the gimbal thing, which is kind of technically in-body stabilization, but this is really just, you know, moving the sensor left, right, and top, bottom, basically, and also being able to rotate the sensor a little bit. So that's going to be impressive for stabilization. So I'm looking forward to that. The third camera is a 13 megapixel S5K 3M5 Samsung sensor. It is f/2.4. I'm not sure what the pixel size is, but this is a telephoto camera and it's a 2x. And I think it's used to help the main sensor, basically with all the computational stuff the ISP is doing. I don't think it's actually directly used as a telephoto, but I could be wrong. So, you know, again, fusing sensors is something Huawei started doing with the P40 series, and we're starting to see this on other phones now, which I think is very interesting. So that's it, folks. That's a general look at the specs on this phone. I'm going to walk you through the edges here. You have a power lock key with a nice green accent like all Oppo Find phones, and then you have a speaker. This has stereo speakers. This is one of them. USB Type-C port, primary microphone, and the dual SIM slot here, no micro SD. On the left-hand side here, you have some antenna bands, the volume rocker. On top here, you have nothing but the secondary mic. And, you know, it's a pretty standard layout. Honestly, this looks very much like the Oppo Find X5 Pro from last year, except the new camera bump. And of course, this gorgeous ceramic back, aluminum frame. You know, this is a fancy, nice phone. I'll put up pricing here when I find out, but I expect this to be $1,000 plus at this point. So yeah, look, I'm gonna play with this phone for a bit because I'm a big fan of Oppo phones, number one. Number two, I actually use the Oppo Find X5 Pro as my main phone for about 3 months in 2021. And yeah, I just wasn't very excited by the OnePlus 9 Pro, so I decided to go Oppo. Oh, the other thing this phone provides is better 5G support outside of Asia and Europe, because this is really not sold in the US. So you're gonna get better 5G supports potentially here in the US because it's got roaming support. So, you know, my Oppo Find X5 Pro, I was often on 3G or 4G on T-Mobile. So yeah, fun. Anyway, that's it, folks. The Oppo Find X5 Pro here. I'm looking forward to telling you more on the podcast. Obviously, you know this channel is a complement to my podcast, mobiletechpodcast.com. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, everywhere good podcasts can be found. So please subscribe and tell your friends. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about the channel, click the little notification bell below. Tell me in the comments, are you more excited about this phone than, say, the OnePlus 10 Pro that's been announced in China? Are you waiting for that phone instead, or would you buy this instead? Even here in the US, what would you do? I know that if I was abroad, this would be a no-brainer right now, for sure. This probably would be my daily driver. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. I've really liked the color science and the imaging that's come out of the Oppo phones, the Find series in particular recently. So we'll see how this works out. Anyway, stay tuned for more videos soon, folks. And until then, cheers, everybody.